Today I want to show you the role of CoQ10 regarding cancer. Hello, it's August 1, 2018, and I am Dr. Colleen Huber, here today in this ongoing series on cancer and biochemistry. In each one of these short videos, I shine a light on the role of a specific nutrient with regard to cancer. So today I want to talk about coenzyme Q10, or CoQ10 for short. Did you know that this is chemically a wax, actually, or similar to a wax? Well, really a benzoquinone with isoprenoid side chain. But anyway, you make CoQ10 in your body. However, we make more of it in youth. As time passes and time does not wait for us, each of us makes a decreasing amount of CoQ10. I will show you why that fact is the reason that youth are generally more rambunctious than seniors. In most of this series, we have been looking at the electron transport chain. You may remember that this chain of energy production is our internal powerhouse. When the electron transport chain is running robustly, we perform robustly. This chain is also a necessary phase of our metabolism to detour away from the cancer pathway. Normal, healthy metabolism goes through this pathway, but cancer generally takes a different path, over here to your right. If you saw my last video, number 9 in the series, you know the electron transport chain is so abundant in our bodies that it is estimated that a healthy cell has about 10,000 of these little engines in each mitochondria, perhaps 1,000 of these mitochondria per cell, and our bodies have a few dozen trillion cells. Whew! This means approximately 10 to the 20th power, which happens to be about 1 billion times a trillion, give or take some. Of these powerful electron transport chains are chugging away in our bodies, producing our locomotive energy, our energy to both exert muscles and to relax them. Yep, it also consumes energy to relax. The all-important electron transport chain is what we use to move, to think, and to continue living. Our existence is not just imperiled without it. We would immediately cease to exist without it. So let's look at the role of CoQ10. Coenzyme Q10 is vital to the workings of the electron transport chain. One important thing that I have not yet talked about is the internal working of the electron transport chain. It consists of 5 major sections. The first 4 are complexes of proteins, pretty much in a row, spanning the inner mitochondrial membrane. That membrane is the folded one. Here's the fold here. Lots of surface area to house all of those 10,000 electron transport chains. Anyway, in each chain, we have these 4 complexes, 1, 2, 3, 4. And just as if they were an assembly line in a factory, an electron is passed along. And CoQ10 is what passes the electrons along, specifically from complex 1 to complex 3, and from complex 2 to complex 3. Now, right about now, you may be saying, oh, wonderful, you're talking about a boring chemical assembly line, and I'm just about to fall asleep listening to you, face falling right down on my desk. Well, hold on before you get that bored, because I must tell you this, CoQ10 is not a luxury. It's just not a cute little wax figurine that you can put on the shelf and say, that's nice. Because without CoQ10, you cannot even exist. You cannot continue to exist without it. And by the way, that goes for every single nutrient that I've been highlighting in each video in the series. My good friends, you need CoQ10 and all these other nutrients for your very life, or you can just turn around right now and kiss yourself goodbye. Fortunately, they are in trace amounts in all foods. That rambunctiousness of youth that I mentioned, in contrast with the sedentary ways of the aged, that has more to do with differences in CoQ10 production than perhaps any other single factor. Okay, so how does CoQ10 protect against cancer? Let's look. Here we see a simplified drawing of the electron transport chain. As oxidized CoQ10 is chemically reduced, gaining electrons from complexes 1 and 2, it then goes along and dumps those and even more than it already had to complex 3. This is what enables an accumulation of protons in the space between the mitochondrial membranes. And this is the material needed for the last essential step of the electron transport chain, which is the conversion of ADP, mediocre energy, to ATP, awesome energy. Well, I hope this has raised your interest in the nutrient CoQ10. And due to fear of censorship, I will be cautious in my next statement. But please check that you are not taking any substance orally that would decrease your production of CoQ10. I'll leave it to you to do that research. Better yet, if you think that your production of CoQ10 may be compromised for any reason, and you would like to boost that, please see a naturopathic physician near you for appropriate supplementation and general health recommendations. And if you are very smart, then your PCP is already a naturopathic physician, regardless of whether your insurance gave you permission to do so. In the meantime, here are foods that can help you with CoQ10. Uh-oh, I'm afraid to show you this list. In all my videos on these topics, I have had to list the meats first before the vegetables due to nutrient concentration. You're going to think that I am carnivores are us. But here goes. Foods that are high in CoQ10 include beef liver, fish and poultry, nuts and seeds, eggs and dairy. Well, that's what I've got for you today. CoQ10 as an indispensable element in your energy production. I am Dr. Colleen Huber, naturopathic medical doctor in Tempe, Arizona. It is August 1, 2018, and thanks so much for watching.